Hello everyone, 065 here, and I want to show you guys something interesting. This isn't really much of a fair comparison given the fact that this V-Bot is not in the best of shape. This is just the third one I have. It's not in beautiful shape at all, it's very horrendous shape, but still works. And of course here we got a T-9. So something I always want to discuss about this, once I finally got my hands on one of these, which I've had this one for about maybe a year or two or now, I think. Probably a little less than that. This one, I've had this one for a good bit, but like I said, it's not a fair one because this is not it's not complete. But anyways, I probably will remake this video in the near future once I have my other 3 V-Bots down here. The ones that are in good shape. But so something I did want to talk about is how much of a improvements would come along ways when it comes to self-transforming robots. Of course, self-transforming robots were something that were always a cool thing to me. I grew up with a little bit of Transformers, not much, but I did have a lot of the, Transformer figures and all that fun stuff. Of course, some of the earliest self-transforming cars are the ones all the way back, I guess, from the 80s, more around the 90s, I'd say. The ones where you have a wide remote, where the car would just be flat, and then it would just slowly rise up, revealing the robot. That's probably the earliest self-transforming.
Based on those.
Yeah, and they're still made to this day. And of course, nowadays, most self-transform toys revolve around that to modern day. So you don't really see anything cool as these two. But 2007, you get Learning Curve's Johnny Lightning brand releases the first ever self-transforming robot car called the V-Bot, based, I guess, one could say a Scion. And of course, it was released your first gen red, and then your second gen, which is black, which they took a few details away. Was the first of its kind to be self-transforming. I remember getting one around my birthday when it came out, and I was absolutely mind-boggled. Like, I was like, "Whoa, this is cool." Because I've never seen anything like it, and anyone who grew up with Transformers would always dream of owning their own self-transforming robot, and this here was the thing. It wasn't. It was somewhat smooth. It couldn't physically walk, but it was still something for its time. Yes, it took 6C batteries, but its price point was about, I think, $100. I think maybe a little more than that. I'm not too sure. I just remember Walmart had a bunch of overstock of these that were on sale, and I wish, even though I was a kid, I wish I could have gotten a few of these just to have them in their box. But fast forward to 2020, company named RoboSyn, originally going by Robo Global, made a whole handful of different robots. If you guys remember some of the other early self-transforming robots, they've made some prototypes. I know Japan definitely made one for themselves, which was very cool, but that's a private thing. That's not for the public. RoboSyn took on the challenge of making a few self-transforming robots in the early days, and then fast forward to 2020, they released the one and only T-9. T-9. And they eventually made a revised version called T9E that came in white. But with this one here, this one took the world by storm. It was like, oh my gosh, they actually did it. This is cool. But of course, before the licensing with Hasbro, which of course they're more modern self-transforming robots like Optimus Prime and Grimlock, absolutely insane. I freaking want them, but can't afford them. They're way above my budget. Well, my price point, and I could never see myself spending over $1,000 on a robot, so I have to wait until I can find them cheap and hopefully not.
Robots that costed over $1,000, but we got them for below $300.
Yes. So within price points of these two, he was about $100, and this one I think was anywhere between $300 to $400. I did not pay for that. At some run point, RoboSyn, the company itself, on eBay, were selling a lot of these ones that were like somewhat used. I think they were like their demonstration units for CES or something around that, or just returned units, something around those lines. And they were having a big blowout sale with them on eBay for $150, and that's what I paid for this fella, which I don't regret. I always, when I first saw this thing, I'm like, I want this. I can't pay $400. I'll wait, and I waited, and shebang. But something I will say, with T9, within like fully sophisticated self-transforming, I want to say T9 is the one that started it. I mean, not T9. I want to say a V-Bot is the one that started it all, because it was cool. Very simple, but cool. And of course, years later, shebang. So let me go ahead and show you the V-Bot's transformation, which I will have to help this one, because this one is literally practically on life support. Not so much life support, but this dude has seen much better days. So I'm pretty sure VBot probably will get a little bit of hate because they'll be like, "Oh, that one's not cool. I had one, it broke and all that stuff." I don't want to hear that crap. Where's the remote? There it is. So here's VBot. Very, very cool. Love how this would always transform. It was just so cool, the music and everything. Love it. And then, of course, hey T-9, transform. Transform. Absolutely amazing. And of course, when it comes to the height, not too bad. I mean, of course, yeah, V-Bot's taller and T-9 is shorter, but you know. But I mean, like with V-Bot, you would get a lot of moving parts, like he would bend at the elbows, move the shoulders, his head would move with the wheels. Of course, what didn't move was his feet, because you know, that's where you got your batteries and you got your wheels there too. I mean, of course, with T9, they're able to, you know, work with it a lot, and you actually do get motorized servos for your wheels. For turning, you don't get that whole like steering thing. You actually just get the body just pivoting. Still pretty cool. So like, let me show you a little demo with VBot. Hey T9, it's showtime. It's showtime. Well, I can't remember all his voice commands. I should have used my phone,
I
microphone.
think it's just showtime, isn't it?
Hey T9. Hey T9. Showtime. Yep, there you go.
Hello, I'm T-9.
I mean, you gotta love that. You gotta love the self-transforming actions of these robots. Even if they're very simple, like him. The only reason I don't talk about the very simplistic ones, because they end up just milking those, and I don't like them.
Like
They're
the
cool.
Bump and go ones.
Yeah.
All that.
They're cool, but I don't like it. But with this fella here, there is a bootleg. Only one, well, two bootlegs of them. Both made by Feng One, Gen 1, and then later remake, or you can call it Gen 2. Same aspect and everything. Alright, let's see. Let's get you transform. Why are you transforming?
And of course, there's normally kind of more to it, but isn't this one missing some stuff?
Yeah, it's missing a lot of stuff. That's why we say the comparison isn't fair, because he's missing his wings and the chest cover thing. And that's why I plan on remaking this video in the future. Yeah, so I hope you guys found this video interesting about a little brief thing of self-transferring robots, and I hope you guys a good one. I'll see you all in the next one.